fans, excitement going on?
Well, we're focused on what's happening here today. This is a great organization. We always look forward to coming over here. These guys really support Children's Hospital and do a lot of good things for a lot of people. So we're kind of taking one day at a time during a bye week. There's a lot of things we need to work on to improve on, and when we get the week done, we'll spend a little time trying to enjoy, our birthday. But, once you get to a certain point birthday-wise, I don't know. It makes you think about a lot of things that you could back up and do different. I guess that's part of the experiences that you develop through the years.
I think there was a really cool moment that ESPN captured Saturday. Bryce was on the bench, and you were kneeling down talking to him, and your faces were like that close together. What's it been like to coach him, and how enjoyable of an experience has that been?
Well, he's an easy guy to coach. He tries to do everything the right way. He wants to do everything the right way. He always prepares well for the game. He's got a great personality. He's got really good leadership qualities about him. It's really important to him to sort of be the best that he can be, which you always love in competitors and you always love in players. But there's also always times for, some teaching moments, which players gain and learn through experience. And, sometimes you just need to talk about things. And, Bryce is always really receptive to that because, he's one of those guys that's never defensive about any corrections because he really takes it like you'd like people to in terms of trying to use that experience, that failure even, as an opportunity to grow and get better.
There's another moment the cameras caught you after some of the delay of games. What were going on with some of those delay of games coming out of the kickoffs?
Well, I think that one of the things that you have to be really aware of on the sidelines, which I was just as upset with the coaches as I was with the players, although, you always got to look at the shot clock and get the play off. But, we have so many stoppages in the game for TV. And a lot of those stoppages occur when you have change of possessions or dead balls. And sometimes it doesn't get communicated very well to the sidelines that we're rolling. In other words, there's no TV. You think there would be TV because there was a change of possession or whatever, and there isn't. And then we're sitting there on the sidelines talking to the players when we need to be sending them out on the field. So, and then when we do send them out on the field, they need to take the field, run out on the field, get ready to go, so we can call the play even if the shot clock is running down and get the play executed. So it was a combination of all those things, but some of it was administrative on our part.
When the lights go off and all that, at the stadium, especially on the night games, is that ever distracting as a coach? And if you're trying to show things on clipboards or anything, does that affect anything?
Not really. I mean, not to me, but I guess you'd have to ask everybody involved. It doesn't impact me. I know the players really like the atmosphere that's created that they can play in. It makes it special for them. I've never heard any of them say it's a distraction of any kind, but I've never seen it have an impact or effect on anyone that's coaching.
As you guys move forward in terms of pass protection, how can you guys improve? What are things you guys are going to be working to make sure that that's better going forward?
Well, I think that we got to fundamentally get better sometimes at just blocking games. That's been, one of the issues. So we have a solid pocket, and we got to get better at recognizing protections. I think in the last game, we made several mistakes on. We have a protection called, and we think they're going to pressure us, and we don't get in the correct protection. So that's not really an offensive line issue. That means we're going to leave somebody that we can't block, and we have to throw the ball hot. So, it's a combination of all those things that, we need to improve on.
Coach, with all the changes to college football over the past few years, has that had any effect of your approach to dealing with players, like, from a coaching or recruiting perspective at all?
I don't really. I don't know that we have a great enough body of work to this point to know if these changes, to what degree do they really impact players. I think players get affected, maybe some players, I should say, get affected way more than I would like by external factors, whether it's media, what's written, what's said. Because these guys, everybody's always on their phone. I mean, if you walk around campus, it's not just the players, it's everybody. People are running into trees, because they're looking at their phone. And this is, you start to believe what you read, and sometimes that's not really the reality, especially when you're in competition. And if that affects your ability to prepare, the intensity that you play with when you go to the game, then that's something that you really have to be careful of with, your team and your players, that this is not impacting them in a way that affects preparation or their intensity on game day.
On that note,
Last question.
How great has Bryce been at kind of handling that? He's a player that's got a lot of hype.
I think he's done a really good job. I mean, I haven't seen it affect his performance, his preparation. He's one of those guys that's focused on the right stuff. He understands that his value is created by performance, and he's focused on his performance. And players should come to Alabama to want to win a championship and create value for themselves. And the smart ones know that they create value for themselves by how they perform, and that none of those things really should be a factor relative to all that. All right?